The most powerful weapon you'll ever own costs nothing, requires no training, and can defeat any enemy, but 99% of people never learn to use it. This is the story of a man who discovered one secret that turned every attack into victory, every insult into respect. Once, in a small town where time seemed to pass slower and everyone knew each other by name, there lived a man who was a local legend. He never got angry. He never argued. And no matter how hard people tried to provoke him, his calm was unbreakable. He lived in a modest boarding house where he was loved and admired by everyone. His name was Marcus, and his serenity was so intriguing that his friends decided to put him to the test. After all, how could someone be so immune to anger? One day, Marcus's friends devised what they thought was an infallible strategy to make him lose his composure. They invited him to dinner at a cozy restaurant in the village, but what he didn't know was that everything was planned down to the smallest detail. The waitress, a young woman named Elena, was aware of the plan and would be the key piece to test Marcus's patience. The dinner began with an appetizer, a creamy, steaming soup that gave off an irresistible aroma. Elena approached the table from the left. Marcus, always attentive and polite, moved his plate to make the service easier. But to his surprise, she served everyone else. When it was his turn, she simply walked away and went to another table. The silence at the table was sharp. All the friends were watching Marcus out of the corner of their eyes, waiting for a reaction. But he just smiled slightly, placed his hands on the table, and waited. Elena came back, this time from the right, to pick up the dishes. Marcus again moved his plate to make her work easier, and once again she ignored him, serving the others and setting him aside. Now the soup was almost cold, and the aroma that was once tempting was beginning to disappear. Elena passed by Marcus's table with steaming soup for other customers, but didn't serve him. Instead, she returned to the kitchen, leaving him with an empty plate. The silence in the restaurant was so dense, you could hear the ticking of the clock on the wall. All the friends were in suspense, sure that this time Marcus would finally lose his cool. However, he broke the silence with a soft, polite voice. "Miss, please, you didn't serve me the soup." Elena, trying to maintain her role, replied with a defiant tone, "Yes, I served you, sir." Marcus looked at her, then looked at his empty, clean plate, and paused for a few seconds. His friends were holding their breath. This was the moment everyone was waiting for. Surely he was going to complain, maybe even get up and argue with the waitress. But instead, Marcus did something no one expected. He got up calmly, with a peaceful smile on his lips, and said, "You're absolutely right. You did serve me. But if you don't mind, I would gladly accept a little more." The response was so unexpected that even Elena, the waitress, was speechless. The friends who were expecting an explosion of anger were frustrated but also amazed. Marcus had transformed a potentially irritating situation into a moment of gentleness and humor. Dinner continued, and everyone ended the night convinced that Marcus was indeed a master of calm and wisdom. This story reminds us of a profound truth. No matter who is right, the fundamental thing is to avoid unproductive arguments. Many fights are motivated by insignificant things, and real strength lies in staying calm and composed, even in the face of provocation. As an ancient wise phrase says, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." And another equally profound truth, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." Marcus not only demonstrated patience, but also showed that true victory lies in maintaining dignity and serenity, even as the world around us tries to pull us off our axis. His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the best response is a smile and a kind word. He understood what most people never learn. True power isn't about fighting every battle. It's about choosing which battles are worth your energy. He mastered the art of strategic calm, turning every provocation into an opportunity for growth. So the next time someone tests your patience, ask yourself, am I reacting from emotion or responding from wisdom? After this story, will you ever waste your power on meaningless conflicts again? If this story changed how you handle difficult people, subscribe to Wise Narratives for more life-changing stories that turn struggle into strength. Because every story has a heartbeat, and your transformation story is waiting to be written.